If this video found you and this message is for you, that means that you are finally realizing on a full embodied level, on an emotional, mental, physiological, spiritual level, that neglect, ignorance, lack of care, lack of support don't define you. They don't define how you feel. They don't define your self-worth. They don't define how you act or don't act. They don't define your capacity to be vulnerable. They don't define how you honor yourself. You are moving on and up from that, and your inner child is healing in full bloom. It's healing in ways that you have never experienced before, because your whole life you were accustomed to all of these things that you are now stepping out of and breaking free from the chains of. You are finally in a place. I have a cat and I can feel her hairs on my face. But you're finally in a place where you are, oh my goodness, this is just a byproduct of expressing love to your feline companion or canine or shedding animal companion. You get little hairs, you know how it is. Maybe you don't, I don't know, whatever. Anyway, you're finally in a place where you're feeling empowered, and you could already be walking this path, or you could just be entering it, or you could be about to walk into it. But wherever you are on that spectrum, you're in this collective, you're in the same pool. If this message is for you, then that's just what the dynamic is. And I forgot exactly what I was going to say, but I'm going to pull some tarot cards from a different deck this time, called the Cosmic Slumber Tarot. I haven't used this one in a while, but I love the colors on it. They're just really beautiful. The artwork captivated me, and then the back of the cards are very pretty. So I'm going to pull some messages on support and advice that you might need to hear while going through this process. And I remembered what I was going to say. So when we grow and we begin to act and embody our true self-worth, the value of our soul, what happens is it puts a mirror up to parts of ourselves, parts of our psyches that are unhealed. And when I say unhealed, take that phrase with a grain of salt, because I'm not a huge fan of the phrase, but I'm using it to express this idea that there are parts of our psyches that were cast away in the shadow because we never learned how to love them. We never learned how to embrace them and how to integrate them. And that is a very common theme for people who have been through a lifetime of neglect and learned from early life. Okay, do not disturb, please. I should do that before I start videos. When we finally act in ways that embody our true self-worth, the parts of us that we were taught were to be ashamed of, or were not good enough, or were unworthy, those parts kind of got tucked away. But when we step into a lifestyle and habits and decisions that actually reinforce our inherent value, no matter what the outside world says or does, it creates, like I said, a mirror between our healed or evolved or, matured. I don't know what symbol. Is it the peace sign? Oh no, that's confetti. Okay. When you make different hand gestures, it does different symbols. I thought it gives you it gives you like a thumbs up. Okay, maybe 2 thumbs up is fireworks. Yeah, 2 thumbs up is fireworks. Okay, all right. We're celebrating. We're being rooted for. We're being cheered on. It's so funny. This doesn't happen in every video. Anyway, because you're finally realizing your worth, not just intellectually, but you are having the courage and the faith to act on it, you're in a position where you might have some days or some moments where this almost like crippling sense of insecurity or vulnerability or whatever shadowy emotion, this represents in you, you could be facing and feeling, and it could feel very confrontational, And you might even feel alone in it because those parts of you have never known the support and love that this healed or confident version of you knows. So I'm gonna pull some advice from the tarot to see, what do my people healing their inner children and finally feeling this confidence again need to hear right now. Okay, you have the King of Wands. So very simply put, you're on fire. You're on fire. You're in control. You're in charge. You're like indomitable, and you're finally realizing that we have justice. I have a feeling this energy reflects both within you and also to maybe your social circle or people around you, but your growth is a mirror that people cannot avoid. When you finally step up and learn and grow and start acting like a more, integrated whole version of yourself, bringing all of these parts in and expressing the love that you are made of more fully, letting go of shame, allowing yourself to be seen, allowing yourself to be vulnerable, taking chances, opening your heart, and then learning from your mistakes and learning from, I don't even like calling them mistakes because that word just feels a little shameful and a little icky for me. And, maybe that's because I'm raw and feeling raw in this process, and that's okay. But, we live life with pure intentions, and a lot of the time, we do things, or we express ourselves, or we open up in certain areas only to realize that we're not appreciated or not, loved or not supported in those places. So it's not necessarily like, you made some terrible mistake by, sharing a part of yourself with people who couldn't appreciate that part of you. Well, no, like you did it because you were coming from a place of opening and curiosity and bravery, and this healing process and change and this justice energy is literally as simple as you moving away from the places where you're ignored, where you're not cared for, and changing. And change is hard. The message that I'm speaking feels full of this kind of fire, the King of Wands kind of fire. And the energy that I'm coming forward with, I don't always feel this way. And it's not possible to always be confident 100% of the time, or to always feel, I don't know, maybe it is, and I just don't know it. I think that confidence is a foundation that we can build so that we are allowed to be insecure, to feel insecure when it arises. But, and confidence is feeling secure enough to be hurt and to learn and to be vulnerable and to realize, like, I may have been making mistakes. I may have been putting my energy in the wrong places for a very long time. And now that's changing because I have the clarity, I have the wisdom, I have the wherewithal, the awareness, the power to carry myself like a loving parent to the places where I'm going to be nurtured, because it takes a village to raise a child. And just think about, the fact that your inner child is coming up right now, right? Like, it takes a village to reinforce the child's growth and to nurture them, to support them. So you right now are being somewhat confronted in a somewhat vulnerable situation where you are being asked to show up to this inner child the way that maybe your village in the past never knew how to do, or didn't want to do, if that was the case, sadly. I'm going to pull one more card for advice and guidance on just what you need to hear in this journey of reclaiming your inner child. So we have the Page of Cups. It's the princess in this particular deck. And so the advice here is to play and to be light and to maybe find activities or things that nurture your creative spirit, your intuition, your emotional fluidity. And look at this gorgeous illustration of this swan just like gracefully being pet and nurtured by like this mothering, wonderful figure with the sun behind her and the water in front and the wind just this with this refreshing feeling, and it's like she's just being bathed in the elements, and she carries this air of grace and calm and nurturing, and she's extending that to this beautiful swan, and she's sharing the waters of life with the swan. And I feel like this also represents finding connections or spaces where you feel like you are met, you are treated with reciprocity, your vulnerability, your depth, your beautiful heart is reciprocated and met and watered. Your heart is watered. Your heart is a garden. It's a forest. It's a tremendously, unfathomably beautiful place. And not everyone is able to see or appreciate or mirror your depths. And that is never a reflection of you. And this is what you're finally understanding. And this is the energy that you're finally stepping into. And if you don't see it reflected outside of you quite yet, don't be discouraged, because these changes take time. And when we go through transformations in our life, it often takes quite a bit of time for the external world to match up and reflect our heart, our inner world. And that's what faith is for. That's what my video is for. It's support, it's encouragement, meant to find those who are on the path and who need just a little boost. So I'm sending you so much love. If you enjoyed this video, if it supported you, please leave a like, subscribe, comment to stay tuned for more videos like this. If you want to book a personal reading with me, I offer those. Send me a message here or on Instagram at Rustic Peach. The offerings that I have are in the description below. And in light of self-love, I am currently raising funds for my personal healing journey. GoFundMe link is in the description as well. Click on it, read more about my story, and donate if you'd like. Your time just to read it means a lot to me. Your support, you being here, I appreciate. Your appreciation, I appreciate. So that is all, and I will see you next time. Bye.